So I think validation is, gosh, again with the emotions for me. I think validation is, you say it's like my strong suit, but it's because I went through life never feeling any validation for how I felt or how I acted or anything. Like that's all I ever wanted. So for me, and I know this is a me thing, but when you do things well, I want to tell you that you did them well, because we have an inner monologue that is negative, I think, just as adults maybe. But like I have a vivid feeling or memory of being a kid and just not feeling good enough. And I would have loved to have heard like that I did something well. And so I want to be that for you. I want to be that for them. And it works.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people think it's like soft, but we're parents and we can be the soft place for them to land.
Yeah.
And I think us as spouses, we should be the soft place, because the world is rough and it's hard, and nobody's going to be nice to you because they owe you something.
Right.
So like in our home, whether it's us as, you know, a couple or us as parents or them as like, we should be that validation as much as possible, because the world will give the negative as much as they can. They want to break you.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I want to build you up.
Yeah.
Whether it's you or them.
Well, it's funny that you said what you just said about like, you know, you never heard any of that when you know, were a kid. I never heard like negative stuff, right? I mean, probably my mom probably did a really good job of, you know, like being more positive for me, which I don't have any like standout moments that I like vividly remember. But I don't have any like that negative side. So for me, like my struggle is like, why do I do it now?
Right.
Like, why do I put myself down when I never heard it before?
Right.
So it's just,
I think it's
crazy.
I think it's a self-sabotage thing. Like, we don't think we deserve success. Like, that's, we don't think we deserve the life that we want, right? So instead of like allowing ourselves to get it, we sabotage ourselves from getting it. And then we have like a reasoning that we didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I know I recognize that a lot. But it's important to see that coming from your partner, almost more sometimes than when you can identify it within yourself, right? Because if I can see that you're going down a path of, you know, negative self-talk or self-sabotage or just like a downward spiral, and I can uplift you, empower you, and validate you, I think that's my job. Kind of like today when we were talking about something and you said, it's not that bad. And I said, you see how you said bad? You know, like reframing the way we say certain things to be more positive for each other and sharing that with each other, you know, leads to growth, leads to positivity, and overall leads to more of a positive mentality moving forward, right? Yeah. When we feel maybe like we're failing.
Yeah. And that's how you hold each other accountable.
Absolutely.
For having those right mind frames and those shifts. And I think you do a really, really good job of holding me accountable. I try to do that for you the best that I can. Sometimes I probably don't approach it the right way.
I think you do an amazing job.
Well, I appreciate that.